Alright, so the map pool for this is going to be Spike and a Rail, Bottom Feeders, Final Expanse Payback Mix, God of the Dead, and the Unseen Ones. I should probably have diffs listed for this, I'm sorry.
Maybe. Well, I do know Spike and a Rail is one of the, if not the easiest song in the map pool.
Yeah, Spike and a Rail is the absolute easiest chart, and the Unseen Ones is actually the absolute hardest. So the way that these are actually ranked is each game has one easy and one hard, and Hades has two easy and one hard. But the easy and hard tracks both get progressively harder. So Spike and Rail is the easiest for Bastion, and it was a 30. And then Waterwall was the easiest for Transistor, and it was like a 33. And then Pyre, it was Dread Design, which was 37.
And with that, Nick has banned Bottom Feeders.
And Konomi banned Spike and a Rail, so we will be seeing a Hades chart first off.
Yes! Shout out to Hades, by the way. Definitely one of my favorite games from last year.
This is kind of expected. We have a ban of God of the Dead from Nick and a thank you from Konomi. God of the Dead is 9 minutes long, so it's very unlikely that we see that one unless we go the full distance.
And with that, we have the Unseen Ones, the most difficult song of this map pool, being chosen to play for the first song of the day.
Yep. We're going to be seeing the hardest track. It's the... we'll talk about it a little bit more when we start. I'm looking for ready checks for both players.
And let me also just make sure that I have both.
Konomi is ready.
And let me mute one of these. There we go.
Alright, both players are ready. Metalman, you can get the countdown.
Alright, gentlemen, the song begins in 3, 2, 1.
You gotta tell them to go.
Oh, I said go.
Oh.
Yeah, sorry, I said go. God damn, I'm already screwing up. Sorry, that's my bad. Yeah, go.
Alright, take two.
Take two. Okay, and 3, 2, 1, go.
Ready up. 3, 2, 1, go!
Dama, these will be available after this stream.
And already Konomi. Oh no, Konomi's already messed up the PFCAs. The FCAs.
Yeah, intro miss. So this song, we start off really strong with a just blazingly fast guitar solo here.
So I don't think I've stressed this enough that this music is amazing in every possible way.
Yeah, this is Masahiro Iki and Daisuke, I forgot his last name, sorry. Kurosawa. And it is an absolute banger. It's basically, it is the fast music from Hades' second phase, but with just two guitar solos just layered over top of it, from some of like the most amazing soloists. And you can see they're both flying through these solos. The intro solo, Konomi actually PFC'd, and Nick got a miss, and then both players have subsequently missed. So we've got multiple misses in the start here.
And Konomi missed again. And I also forgot to mention, at some point about a minute ago, Nick also messed up his PFC SEAs. But with a high streak though, so I feel Nick has a higher chance of getting the win with this. Maybe. So the only thing I know is at the end of this song, it's going to come down to who has the better accuracy.
You are correct, Dama. Now I fixed it.
I'm sorry, it's totally not just because, you know, my name, but I love metal music. So anything with awesome guitar stuff with that, it's... Listen to it! It's... God damn, that guitar solo is amazing.
Yes, Metal Man is beside himself. All the metal music is just being played up front.
And I'm A-okay with that. On a side note, I kind of wondered if some of this music got like custom charted for Rocksmith, because I would love to learn to play this on a real guitar. That would be amazing.
I think that it might have been tabulated actually.
Oh, I'm absolutely checking that out when I'm done with this. I gotta go and figure that out.
So this one was actually a collaboration between myself and Programmatic. When I said that I was going to be charting a bunch of music from Supergiant for the showcase, he reached out and was like, "Are you charting? I want to chart one Supergiant song. I want to chart the Unseen Ones." And I was like, "That's the final boss music for this. Do you want to collab?" He was like, "Hell yeah."
And I think it's a safe bet. This worked out perfect. No! Nick with a miss! That's such a high streak! That was like 1400. Oh,
Yeah,
no!
it's super close between these two players.
And meanwhile, Konomi popping off right now with a 750 note streak. So this really is going to come down for the first song. It's going to come down to accuracy. So we shall see what happens.
We're in the last solo. And then we got this up-tempo final section. And then it switches to a 7-8 rhythm, which is going to be pretty tricky for these players because it's not quite a synchronous pattern.
And oh, Konomi having some issues with this last solo.
Yeah.
Oh, no. I think it's a very safe bet that the person who did the guitar for this song had way too much fun doing it.
Oh, hell yeah. So, NickAzn has over 1,000-point lead at the end of the song. Let's see what it looks like for accuracy. NickAzn's lead expands, so he will be taking this up 1-0.
Oh god, sorry, I probably should have muted myself. But yes, Rad is correct. So, Nick takes the first point!
Alright, so that gives... Alright, we're going to Final Expanse, Payback Mix.
Excellent. So, I'm actually curious, Rad, out of all these songs that you've charted, what do you think is one of, if not your favorite song that you charted for this whole showcase?
Probably Dread Design. Behind that, it's pretty close between Final Expanse, Spike in a Rail, and Crash Pack.
You know what? I can see that. I can definitely see that.
Alright, so checking to make sure both players are ready. Both players are ready. Metal Man, would you do the honors?
I would love to. Alright, gentlemen, for the second song, it begins in 3, 2, 1, go. I honestly feel like I have to say go a bit louder just because I don't want to repeat of the song. I want to make sure they can hear me. Alright, and in the meantime, to start off, we have both players on the amazing PFC pace, which you love to see.
Yeah, getting into the hold heavy sections here, and then the rhythm sort of changes up a bit. This song, basically, it's a lot of the same stuff. So what I ended up doing was sort of changing the emphasis instrument, and then the backup instrument also changes around it. So like for this part, you have these sort of pizzicato strings that are being basically pressed and released on the beat holds, and the guitar sort of acting as the foreground instrument here.
And on that note, both players losing out on the PFC pace.
Yeah, I
Well,
think
you know
the release holds might have done it for them.
Yeah, but they're still both on the FC Ace. So everything.
This will be an accuracy battle then.
Okay, Konomi still has. I honestly, I was looking at Nick for a second, and I thought I saw on Konomi's stream, I thought he missed a note, but no, both players are doing good.
We got the theremin solo hero.
So, I wouldn't necessarily say the song is super easy, but I think, honestly, compared to some of the other songs that you've charted, I feel this may be one of the easier songs that's been charted. Next to, like, Spike in a Rail.
Yeah, this is intentionally one of the easier songs. It's estimated to be about 40 difficulty, just because of a lot of the movement, but it's, yeah, it's pretty close. And, yeah, Konomi did break a slider during theremin solo, so he's actually at a pretty severe point deficit here.
Yeah, you really don't want to be cutting out sliders, because even if you miss out just a tiny bit, I mean, you can be missing out on a lot of points, because sliders are very important. But still, both players with an FC Ace, which means whoever has the better accuracy is going to win this. And it looks like...
It's gonna be nicked by like 50 points.
Oh, no! That's sad. I honestly think that's pretty sad. It's just making you feel bad, because you're like, God dang it, you think you've got it. And then you're like, oh, cool, let me just lose by like 50 points. That was still a good run, though. Don't downplay anything here. Both players did a great job, so.
Yeah, the slider break was the world of difference there.
Both of you should be freaking proud of yourselves. That's all I'm basically saying. Now, time to go see what the next song is going to be that is chosen.
Konomi wanted to pick the unseen ones twice. God of the Dead will be picked.
Yeah.
We're gonna get the 9-minute track out of the way. Alright, let's go.
I mean, listen, we've had long songs in previous tournaments, alright? We've had Infected Mushroom for crying out loud, so honestly, I feel this is...
Okay, we got ready checks from both players. Metal.
Alright, absolutely. So, let this next song begin in 3, 2, 1, go!
Ready up. 3, 2, 1, go!
And I can't help but see some of the chat. I guess some of the captions were being a bit wild. Captions are funny. And so, to start off this 9-minute song, both players on a... You love to see it. Both on a PFC pace.
Hell yeah. I wouldn't say that that's really an indicator of what's gonna happen here, though. This is a very long track.
Uh-huh.
And the first half of it is pretty slow as well. It's the first stage of the Hades fight is very, like, basically just makes Hades to be like this big, slow juggernaut, and it's very much about, like, the whole casting off the robe, you know, duel at sunup sort of thing, and it doesn't really get wild until the second phase.
And that's the thing about long songs. The longer it is, the more stressed you might get, like, the longer you get into the song, because you think you're like, say you're like 7 minutes in, and you're like, oh man, okay, I'm still PSD pace, but just 2 minutes left.
Oh, shoutouts to Mirai Sekai. Choking that in like 13 minutes in.
That song is so good. I remember when I FC'd that. I mean, I'm probably not gonna go for the PFC pace because I just can't put myself in a position where I mess up my PFC pace like 20 seconds to the end. I'm not putting myself through that. I'm not doing it.
Same. It was bad enough when I choked that song at the end of the third section, the third part, twice.
No, you're right. That's not okay, man. But what is okay? But players still doing very well, which is always good.
Yeah, we're getting into the vamp section.
And I just saw a message from Tree. Apparently, he's working on a song that's even more difficult than Mirai Sakai, and it's twice as long. Yay.
Well, y'all could full combo that one.
Oh, I mean, I'm going to. It's gonna take me a while, but I'll absolutely do it.
I wanted to chart the theremin solo here, but it's just basically so much wiggling, and I didn't really know how to make it work. And it just... I felt like people really wanted to play the drop-down guitar.
You know what? I would think so, too. Because, I mean, that guitar sounds good. That's smooth. Though I feel if Judge charted this, I feel he absolutely would. Oh, he usually goes very crazy with the, Isn't it Judge who goes really wild with,
Charting
freaking,
every freaking
with
sound.
slides? Yes, I think it's Judge.
Yeah, that's Judge.
Yeah. Judge was on a field day with the sliders, I think.
Alright, we're getting to the end of the first half. We're getting into stage 2 in just a minute.
And both players
There's this
still...
long-ass hold. Wait! Oh no! Oh, I forgot
Wait.
I did update
Oh,
this
no.
part, and I didn't... Okay. I had some notes there, and it didn't get played, because I forgot to update and then send it. Whoops.
Oh, no!
That's okay, it's
Oh.
basically just like a really long hold sequence. But it's like not game-breaking that they didn't play it.
Ah. I honestly just can't get over how both players are doing so well. I mean, I know the first time
Yeah.
was easy, but...
Over 1,000 note streak and on PFC pace.
You still got 5 minutes?
Yeah,
Oh,
they're
man.
not even halfway through, by the way.
This is the song that never ends.
There, we got
Hey.
Thurman, by the way.
And I know you can't see it, but I am rocking the hell out right now. This freaking guitar, man, let's go! Oh, that's it. I'm going on freaking custom
Yeah,
Twitch.
this-
I'm seeing this stuff is...
This is the up-tempo Phase 2 fight. This is when Hades gets back up and the music actually kicks in, and you realize that, like, the boss music never really started to begin with.
Oh my goodness, they do have music. They do songs. They do music. Charted for Rocksmith. Let's go! Oh,
Nice.
I'm taking this as soon as I'm done. Well, as soon as the stream's over today, I'm putting this music in and I'm gonna try this out. That is awesome. Oh, but his bass. Oh man.
Hey, Hoku.
He shot this without. Well, now that's depressing. Alright, so with 3.5 minutes left, both players are still absolutely giving it their all, and they are not gonna go down without a fight here, so...
So, oh,
We shall see what happens.
just had a streak break from, well, not a streak break from Konomi, but a PFC break.
Giving you both a compliment!
If this
Why'd you do
goes the
this?
full distance and NickAzn PFCs it, like, I'm just gonna be beside myself.
I think at that point, like, Nick would just, at that point, he'll 100% deserve that. He would deserve everything.
Yeah, so the funny thing about this is, aside from the parts that have been, like, copied wholesale from the unseen ones, everything about this chart is kind of easier. It's, oh! Got a full streak break from NickAzn! He didn't handle that the second 3-4 drop.
Oh, and then we got another miss from Konomi! Okay, I will be honest, that section that you just saw, that happened like 20 seconds ago, where it's like alternating beats and spin, sometimes I just can't time it, because either I go too fast or I go too slow, and I lose friction with it. I lose the tempo with it, and then everything goes off the rails.
Yeah, it can be pretty difficult because it's basically creating a 3/4 or 3/8 or 3/16 or however you want to size them up rhythm for like the alternating inputs. But since you're alternating 3 different inputs instead of like the normal alternating 2 for like beat tap or beat tap spin or whatever, then you're keeping track of like 3 things, and it kind of gets a little difficult to manage.
Oh. Well, honestly, even though Konomi and Nick have missed a few notes now and also found some goods, they've done spectacular with this, with this run.
Yeah, this is. I think it's still a -1 for NickAzn. No, he's missed twice.
Yeah. And I know Konomi missed more than once too, so this really is going to come down to accuracy. And I mean, I know I keep saying that, but there's really nothing else to say about it. Once players get to this point, that's literally all it comes down to.
It's funny, we just had the 7/8 section again, and this time both of them handled it flawlessly, even though it was more focused on the polyrhythm involved with it. So I think that both players have sort of gotten over the surprise of the 7/8 section and just sort of gotten behind it a little better.
Yeah, I would think so. Because sometimes you need to see a section once, and then you might get tripped up a little bit, but then if it happens again, then it's like, you've seen it once, so you're good.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So we're down to the slow section. We got about a minute left.
Well, all I can say, Rad, is I'm 100% downloading these as soon as this showcase is done, and I'm going to be enjoying these tonight.
Hell yeah.
Alright.
This is going to be an accuracy battle. They are absolutely, in a dead heat for score. I think they had equal misses.
I honestly can't see who's, ahead, because they're both so close together that it's just...
They've either had equal misses or Konomi's had one more, but it's going to be super close between them.
Oh,
yeah, the score is 32 different. What does accuracy do to them?
And I think...
NickAzn takes it.
Nick takes it! Well, with that, Nick has won the first bout of the matches for the best of 5, because these first matches are best of 5. Next up is going to be the best of 7 and then best of 9 for the grand final.
Yep, GG's to both players. That was a fun set. We got to see all the Hades charts right out the gate. So both players got to experience all the new tracks. Everyone here got to see them. Minus one minor omission on my end for God of the Dead. I'll work on that. And, yeah. So now we're going to be moving on to the best of 7, which is going to be between NickAzn and Ricky.